So who made it to the top 5 of season number 2? Because you know, the scream always rises to the top. Hey there, hi there, ho there, Andrew here with the top 5 episodes of Tales from the Crypt, season number 2. And boy, I gotta tell you something, this is my favorite season out of all 7 seasons. So coming up with a top 5, that's pretty tough to do. I could actually come up with 2 top 5s, but then that would be a top 10, and that would just ruin the complete theme that I have of this series. So I'm hoping that I don't make any grave mistakes. Crypt humor. So let's get into it. Number 5 is the episode called The Ventriloquist Dummy, and it is inspired by Tales from the Crypt issue number 28. Richard Donner is once again back at the helm as the director, and this episode features a very young ventriloquist played by Bobcat Goldthwait. And he's trying to improve his pretty lame act of ventriloquism, and so he seeks out help from an old icon and role model in the business, played by Don Rickles. Some people might get that reference, but soon he finds out that his hero had his hidden secret and real reason why he is so good. Number 4 is an episode called Dead Right, and this story comes from Shock Suspense Stories number 6, directed by Howard Deutsch, where the story revolves around a gold-digging secretary, played by Demi Moore. Though I think maybe back then she was still called Demi Moore, I'm not quite sure. But she follows the advice of a fortune teller, played by Natalia Nogulich, which I think her name hasn't changed at all. And the information that she gets from the gypsy lady is that the man that she is going to be married to, which is Jeffrey Tambor, he dies violently after inheriting a large sum of money. Again, new spouses, killing for money, ongoing theme in Tales from the Crypt. Number 3 is the episode called Judy, You're Not Yourself Today, and this episode is such a great story in itself, but it comes from Tales from the Crypt number 25, is directed by Rhonda Haynes, and it is a story about a cosmetic saleswoman, played by Frances Bay, who visits this home of a young and vain eccentric couple, played by Brian Kerwin and my favorite, Carol Kane. I am such a nerd for her. So anyways, this saleswoman convinces the young wife, played by Carol Kane, to try on this magic necklace, which happens to switch the wife's body with the saleswoman's. Whoops. Number 2 is the episode called Three's a Crowd, and this is another story coming from Shock Suspense Stories, but this is from issue 11. It is directed by David Burton Morris, where we follow a down-on-their-luck couple, played by Gavin O'Hurley and Ruth DeSosa, where they are invited to a private cabin owned by their best man from their wedding, who is played by Paul Lieber, and the husband is about to lose it mentally here because he is convinced that the wife is having an affair with said host. So the question is, will the best man win? And the number 1 episode of season 2, in my opinion, is the episode called Cutting Carbs. This episode is inspired and follows very faithfully from Tales of the Crypt number 32. It is a story about 2 rival gamblers, which are played by Lance Henriksen and Kevin Teague. The town just isn't big enough for the both of them, and they decide to run each other out of the town by facing off in a series of gruesome games. And even if you are squeamish, you have to watch this episode to the end. It is a classic. So what was your favorite episode from this season, or any season of Tales from the Crypt for that matter? Just go ahead, leave a comment below so I know that you guys are watching it. If you like the video, tap that like button. Let's try to get to 50 likes so I know to continue this series. And share with all your friends in all forms of social media. Plus, don't forget to subscribe so you get notified the moment I upload. And I will see you in the next video.